What were the top 10 greatest Finals MVP performances in NBA history? Well, this list is somewhat subjective, but I think I've put together a pretty solid one. First, let me establish a couple details about this list. The Finals MVP award was introduced to the league in 1969, which unfortunately means that a Wilt Chamberlain performance and all of Bill Russell's performances will not be considered for the list. Yeah, it's lame, but I want to stick to the official MVP awards. And if you would like to see these legends get some love, there's plenty of other videos that do that on this channel. Also consider the fact that these are the greatest finals performances from the greatest players of all time. So just because a specific performance doesn't make the top 10 list doesn't mean that I didn't think it was great, or even that I didn't think it was amazing. It just means that the bar is set absurdly high. So with that being said, here is my list of honorable mentions. Got it? Great. Now that you're all foaming at the mouth, let's get started. Number 10, Magic Johnson in 1987. The 1987 Finals was the third and final matchup of that decade between the Lakers and Celtics. Offensively, Magic dominated the series in as many ways as possible, as it was one of the strongest dual-threat series that the league has ever seen, in terms of scoring and facilitating. He was also absurdly efficient, as he shot 54.1% from the field and 96% from the free throw line. On the series, he put up 26.2 points, 13 assists, 8 rebounds, and 2.3 steals. Despite the pass-first tendencies, he actually led all players in scoring in 3 out of the 6 games that series. He also had the game-winning baby hook shot in the crucial 4th game in Boston Garden. Magic ultimately led his Lakers to win the series in 6 games, and it was such a dominant performance that even Larry Bird basically conceded that Magic Johnson was the best player in the game at that point. Number 9, Shaquille O'Neal in 2002. It was the 3rd championship of the Shaq and Kobe three-peat, and New Jersey basically never had much hope. And the biggest reason for that was the fact that they had absolutely no answer for the Diesel, as he dominated with 36.3 points, 12.3 rebounds, 3.8 assists, and 2.8 blocks on 59.5% shooting. As a result of his power and presence in the paint, all of New Jersey's bigs were consistently in foul trouble. And to top it off, Shaq hit 45 of his 68 free throw attempts during the series, which is 66.2%. That's certainly not elite, but by Shaquille O'Neal standards, that's incredible. His 145 points over the course of the series is the most points ever scored in an NBA Finals sweep. Number 8, Michael Jordan in 1991. This was a highly anticipated matchup between Magic and Michael, the Los Angeles Lakers and the Chicago Bulls. The Lakers took the first game, but after that point, Jordan began to take control, and the Bulls never looked back, winning the next 4 games straight. At one crucial stretch during Game 2, Jordan hit 13 straight field goals without a miss, and finished the game with 33, 13, and 7 on a ridiculous 83% shooting. On the series as a whole, he averaged 31.2 points, 11.4 assists, 6.6 rebounds, 2.8 steals, and 1.4 blocks on 55.8% shooting. What's incredible is how he destroyed the competition at different points with his scoring and then with his facilitating, as Jordan averaged only 1 less assist than Magic did over that series, while being more efficient and while outscoring him by nearly 13 points per game. It's worth mentioning that Jordan also hit the most important shot of the series, where he made this game-tying basket which forced overtime in Game 3, where they eventually prevailed. Number 7, Hakeem Olajuwon in 1995. In what was expected to be a colossal matchup with Shaquille O'Neal and the Orlando Magic, Hakeem proved why he was the best and most skilled big man in the sport, as he had a tremendous impact in almost every aspect of the game. On the series, he put up 32.8 points, 11.5 rebounds, 5.5 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks on 48.3% shooting. The Dream led his Rockets to sweep the Orlando Magic, as he led all players in scoring in each of the 4 games. Considering the fact that they were only the 6th seed, this was one of the more improbable champions in NBA history, but it also speaks volumes about Olajuwon's clutch gene in the postseason. Number 6, Nikola Jokic in 2023. At this point in time, the Joker was at the absolute peak of his powers, and the Miami Heat across from him were the greatest victims of his wrath. It didn't matter that Miami had a top 5 DPOY finalist in Bam Adebayo. Jokic still did what he wanted when he wanted, as he averaged 30.2 points, 14 rebounds, 7.2 assists, and 1.4 blocks on 58.3% shooting. He also shot a stellar 42.1% from three-point range. The craziest part about all of this was how Jokic was uncharacteristically elite on defense, as he had the best defensive rating of any player that series, while also leading all players in blocked shots. His impact for his team's success cannot be overstated, and no game sums that up better than the championship-clinching 5th game, where he had 28 points and 16 rebounds while shooting a remarkable 75% from the field. The rest of his Nuggets teammates only shot 38.2% from the field in that contest. When you look at it that way, you can't help but appreciate the overwhelming value of this superstar player. Number 5. Tim Duncan in 2003. It was a finals matchup between Tim Duncan's Spurs and the New Jersey Nets. Many people didn't witness this remarkable performance, as the 2003 championship was one of the least viewed NBA finals of league history. But those who did see it fortunately got to see the great Tim Duncan at his very best. In this series, he put up an unreal 24.2 points, 17 rebounds, 5.3 assists, and 5.3 blocks on 49.5% shooting. The Nets had no answer for him anywhere on the court, as he started off the series in Game 1 with 32 points, 20 rebounds, 6 assists, and 7 blocks in a 12-point victory. But the way he closed out the series was arguably even more impressive. In the championship-clinching 6th game, he had 21 points, 20 rebounds, 10 assists, and 8 blocks. But there's actually some controversy tied to this game, and some people believe that 2 more blocked shots should have been credited to Duncan. Only 4 players in history have ever officially achieved the quadruple-double, and no one has done it in the playoffs. And yet Tim Duncan nearly did it on the game's biggest stage and in the final game of the season. That's legendary stuff if you ask me. Number 4. Shaquille O'Neal in 2001. It was the second of the Lakers' 3 straight championships, and Shaq was his usual dominant self on both ends of the court. He absolutely destroyed the Philadelphia Bigs with 33 points, 15.8 rebounds, 4.8 assists, and 3.4 blocks on 57.3% shooting. Shaq bullying the opponent in the paint and putting up these numbers over a 5-game series is impressive enough as it is. But what makes it even more astonishing is how he did this against that season's Defensive Player of the Year, Dikembe Mutombo, and he was still unstoppable and wasn't even contained in the slightest. On the other end, the 76ers were struggling to score in the paint, as Shaq's contested shots and his 3.4 blocks was his personal best in the finals. Number 3. LeBron James in 2016. It's hard to overstate how incredible this performance was for James. A comeback from a 3-1 deficit, making one of the most iconic defensive plays of all time in the closing moments, to defeat the greatest regular season team ever, the 73-9 Warriors, while delivering the first and only championship in Cleveland Cavaliers history. Over the course of that 7-game series, he put up 29.7 points, 11.3 rebounds, 8.9 assists, 2.6 steals, and 2.3 blocks on 49.4% shooting. This is the only time in NBA Finals history where a player has led both teams in all 5 major stat categories. Offensively, defensively, and in the clutch situations, this was a legacy-defining moment for LeBron. Number 2. Michael Jordan in 1993. It was a matchup with Charles Barkley and the Phoenix Suns, where the Bulls secured their 3rd straight championship in 6 games, and Jordan was arguably never better than he was in these finals. To his credit, Barkley had an incredible series of his own, but it hardly mattered because Jordan was simply on another level. On the series, he put up 41 points, 8.5 rebounds, 6.3 assists, and 1.7 steals on 50.8% shooting. He led all 6 games in scoring, he scored at least 40 points in 4 straight games, including a 55-point performance in a close Game 4 victory, and his 41 points per game is the highest single series average in finals history. Dan Marley of the Phoenix Suns was a strong 6'6" wing, who was on the NBA's second all-defense team that season, which makes him the league's second best defender at his position. But the reality is, Michael made him look like a bad defender because of how brutally he dominated him. If Jordan has just a pretty good series, then it's likely that the Bulls lose in these finals. But because he had what some consider the greatest finals performance of all time, Chicago was able to close it out in 6 games. Number 1. Shaquille O'Neal in 2000. Every once in a while, I go back and I watch this series, and it leaves me in awe every time, especially the first 2 games. In my opinion, no player has ever had a greater impact and influence on a final series than Shaq did in 2000. Over the 6 games, he averaged 38 points, 16.7 rebounds, 2.3 assists, and 2.7 blocks on 61.1% shooting. He led all 6 games in scoring. He led 5 out of 6 games in rebounding, and he led 5 out of 6 games in blocked shots. The Lakers' game plan was obvious heading into the series, as they ran the offense almost completely through Shaq. And yet Indiana still couldn't slow him down, despite the fact that they knew that information, and regardless of the fact of Rick Smits being several inches taller. He controlled the momentum of the game, its tempo, its physicality, and even the spirits of the opponent, as Indiana appeared demoralized at times during the opening games of Shaq's 40-point and 20-rebound performances. Between the 12 Pacers on the roster, they had a total of 159 personal fouls over the course of the 6 games. And of the 5 players who spent time guarding Shaq, they counted for 102 of those fouls. As a result, Shaq completely disrupted their rotations, as there was almost no aspect where his impact couldn't be seen on the court. Kobe had his iconic moment in Game 4, where he sealed the game after Shaq fouled out. But other than that instance, Kobe had a rough series, averaging only 15 points on 36.7% shooting. The biggest help that Shaq had was all the shooters he freed up by drawing the extra attention, by having the defense collapse upon him. So in a sense, Shaq even deserves some credit for their success as well. When you consider production and overall positive impact on the game, 2000 Shaq is my choice for the greatest finals MVP of all time. Did I leave someone off the list who needed to be on it? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Shout out to the members for supporting the channel, and thanks for watching as always. Make sure to like and subscribe for more basketball content, and I'll see you guys in the next video.